Hi, are you stuck? Are you stuck on your healthful journey, or are you starting again? Let's do it differently. Let's change what we've been doing before. Basically, we get stuck. We get stuck in all this thinking baggage which we have in eating disorders, and we stay rooted within it. So we get lots and lots and lots of false information, either from books, media, myths, and from others. But the difference now is that you only truly have to get your information from ShowMeFit. So when we think about this learning baggage, this cognitive baggage, basically it stems from so many different things. So many different things. We have a flawed value system. So we, for example, may never waste food. The thought of actually throwing some food away, despite the fact that we are full, often stops us from benefiting from a healthful life. Also, we have often a sense of entitlement. I want it. I should have it. I want it now. And all of us will have food scripts from our childhood. Things that we have carried within us almost as fact. So if, for example, you were told that, well, my one was all the starving children in Africa, and we carry that through into ourselves and it continues, and we then believe all those things, all those unhelpful things will create a script that makes us do things that are not helpful for us. So we're exposed to warped cultural values. So in some cultures, it's very valued to be thin. In other cultures, people are more open to people being in a larger body, which can, on occasions, create a feeling of ill health. So it's that negative self-evaluation. I'm not good enough, I'm pathetic, I'm ridiculous, I'm stupid. I can't do this, I can never do this. I didn't need that, so why did I eat that? And when we speak to ourselves like that, it keeps it all going. It keeps the negativity pondering around in your mind, sometimes really violently. We get stuck in neurotic perfectionism. And neurotic perfectionism is when we are attempting to strive for impossible standards. And if we follow the media, we often get into this totally misinformed way of how we are supposed to look. There's an awful lot of faulty thinking. It's that impossible dream thinking. Impossible dream thinking. When I lose £10, I will be happy. No, that is not as it works. When I lose 5 stone, my life will be different. I want you to start living as you are now, whatever size you are. Please do not spend your life attempting to be a size that you were not supposed to be in the first place. Be kind to yourself. Faulty interference, when we basically, it's the incorrect conclusions. We think something and then we come up with the incorrect conclusion. So magnification, when we magnify everything. I've had a cake, so I'm going to get huge. No. You had a cake, you enjoyed it, that's brilliant. Generalization. People only like thin people. Is that true? Is that true? So when I actually work with clients and we dig down with this, we realize that that is absolutely not the truth. The light bulbs, waiting for the time for a light bulb moment to make you want to change your life. And yet, we start now. So we have extreme thought-shape fusion. which is in the mindset of so many people who struggle to gain health. It's the distorted thoughts and beliefs that we have about health gain and being healthful. And of course, what keeps it all going so sadly is a dieting syndrome. And now, the fact that you're working with ShowMeFit, my hope for all of you, that will be history. You will no longer get into the dieting syndrome. And you will never do the I've blown it, so I'll just eat everything anyway. Or the really awful one, people in large bodies shouldn't eat cake. All that discrimination and that stigmatization that we need to leave behind us. And we're doing that with ShowMeFit. So what happens with us all, we get stuck in the bank of chaos and rigidity. And if we live with a neurotic perfectionism and live by all our rule books and that rigidity of mind, ultimately, if we live like that, what tends to happen is we then boomerang. We boomerang into chaos. We boomerang into binge eating. We boomerang into compulsive overeating and disordered eating. So my work with you all is to support you to meander beautifully down the riverbank. So you're not on the bank of chaos or the bank of rigidity. We're not going to do that anymore. So we look at the unhelpful black and white thinking styles in eating behaviour. And the mind worms that play beautifully in our mind, which is why I hope that by now that you have the cognitive diffusion beautifully within yourself. So it's that black and white thinking. If I eat one biscuit, I've totally failed. No. You had a biscuit, I hope you enjoyed it. Rule-bound, I shouldn't eat chocolates. I shouldn't eat cake. Whenever we do that, we put ourselves into the shoulds. The critical voice then rams back at us and makes it so much worse for us. Catastrophizing. You know, if I start eating normally, after restricting for so long, I will not be able to eat and I will get fat. No. You all by now have learned to do things so differently that will no longer happen. That is not going to happen anymore. So it's a generalization. And it is the glass half empty. Everybody thinks I look everyone thinks I look healthier, but I still don't look as good as others. Everyone thinks that I look healthier, but I don't look as good as others. What you're doing there is it keeps you stuck. It is unfair to compare. It is unfair to compare. Gaining health does not have to be like playing a game of snakes and ladders. Make it easy on yourself, please. Keep records. Look at your triggers. Be prepared. Stimulus control. Eat slowly and mindfully. We have been through all of this before. I'm just reminding you. Identify your behaviour problems. Seek social supports like the Facebook page for ShowMeFit. Change one thing every day that does not involve food, weight and shape. Reinforcement of change. The more we do it, the more we reinforce it, the more it continues and becomes ingrained. Make small changes every day towards a healthier, healthful lifestyle. Get excited about change. I cannot keep drumming on about this more. Get excited about change. Gaining health does not have to be like this. It does not have to be like pushing boulders up hills. Doing things differently is essential for permanent and lasting change that does not rely on tape measures and does not rely on scales. Escape the prison of weighing and measuring behaviour. Please escape the prison of weighing and measuring behaviour. It keeps you stuck. It keeps you stuck. If you're permanently jumping off and on scales scales, they are for fish. And yet it creates an obsession in your mind. You will become healthful. You will gain health. The scales do not define you. Do not be defined by the scales. So the goals, we need to look at our goals. We have to have a vision. We have to have a vision. We need to have a plan. We must have a plan. We need support, which you now have. Ideas, brainstorm. Think of ideas that will keep you on track and keep you living and moving towards a healthy life. Strategy. You need to think things through. And a team. You have a team. You have a nutritionist. You have a well-being specialist. You have menus. You have motivational from me. And you have a whole team. And even a well-being specialist doing mindfulness and meditation, and a personal trainer in the mix. You've got everything you need to gain health. So with us, you will find the motivation, and yet you have to find the motivation within yourself. All of these will guarantee long-going and sustained success, which is brilliant. So are you ready? Are you ready? This is the 4th video, so I really hope that you are all getting there. So change the way you think about food, weight and shape, and then you will change your life forever. That I promise you. You need to be ready, willing and able. You need to be ready, willing and able. So check in with yourself. Are your goals appropriate? Losing 5 stone for a wedding in 6 months? No, it is not appropriate. We are not talking anymore about short-term fixes. We are talking about long-term, permanent, healthfulness and health. We are looking for change. Check in whose idea is this to be on ShowMeFit. Have you been sent? You need to be on here for yourself. The long-term change needs to be the motivation from you. And you need to check out what is your intention. What are you intending to do by following this program? What actions will you then take? You then take. It has to come from you in order to succeed. We will support you. We are there with you. Success starts in the mind. Success starts in the mind. Starts with our attitude, which will then change our behaviours. We will then take actions. We will then look for solutions, and then we will find results. And it goes beautifully around like that. And we need to be committed in our performance. We need to be committed. Not black and white, not the bank of rigidity and chaos, but moving towards health. So, okay, let's go. Ready, steady, go. Ready, steady, go. Monday, get ready, get ready, get ready. Tuesday, set. Wednesday, go. Thursday, sprint. Friday, finish. And let's all celebrate. All of this is achievable, but you have to be ready. You have to be ready, and you have to be able and willing. So working with us at ShowMeFit, you have a community of support. Finally, you have found a solution to a problem that was never your fault in the first place. A solution to a problem that was never your fault in the first place. And you find freedom from the chains of yo-yo dieting. My hope and passion for you all is that finally you find freedom for the chains of yo-yo dieting. As a general rule, eat foods that love you back. As a general rule, eat foods that love you back. However, and I'd like us to start thinking about doing a little bit of work outside these videos. So I want you to start working it out. So in order to do that, we need to look at the pros and we need to look at the cons. It's really important. So what are the benefits of gaining health for you? What are the benefits of being healthful? And what are your excuses? What are excuses you might tell yourself that this is simply too hard? This is simply too difficult. And yet it's not. You have a whole team. It is no longer hard. We are doing this differently. We are doing this differently. So the other thing I'd like you all to do is to give us the 5-year letter. Send it to us. Write a letter to ShowMeFit. And I want you to look forward 5 years. You send us letters saying, I am still stuck. Hi, ShowMeFit. I started on your regime. It seemed to be okay. I enjoyed it to begin with. And yet I gave up. It all seemed like hard work. And yet it's not hard work. It's not hard work. You're never going to have it easier with ShowMeFit. And another one in 5 years, I did it, ShowMeFit. And I maintained it. I'm now fit. I'm now healthy. I didn't need to have that operation on my hips. My blood pressure got down. I can play football with my grandchildren. I am so happy that I gained health in a different way with you. So I can, I will, and I did. That's what I want to hear from you. The 5-year letter. I can, I will, and I did. And finally, it's your responsibility to put all of this in place. You have it. It's there. It's there. You have it. So we cannot be responsible for the rain. Absolutely. However, we can be responsible for bringing out an umbrella. And finally, you have this. You are there. You can do this. You are there. No excuses needed. And we are all there with you. Good luck. Good luck and goodbye.